The Vesha are a warrior race through and through. Summarized as a Viking-like warrior religion, a medieval knight class system, and a picturesque Bushido code for their social culture. Their diplomats are survivalists. Fail to survive and meet their standards and you will be politically stonewalled in any attempts at negotiating with them. Hence, with your addition to the Galactic Conference, we had hoped your more, hardy nature we could rely on you to attempt and interact with them. The previous challenges and attempts are recorded and archived. You have had access and, from the frankly insane amounts of requests, not only accessed them but studied them quite thoroughly. All matches are recorded and shared live to allow for last-minute intervention, and to their people, check the worthiness, so to speak. After all, anyone can survive in a fully automated state-of-the-art mobile camper with emergency survival bypass. Upon realizing the purpose of the challenge, many have tried and failed. I hope that your chosen contender can do well, for his own good and future relations with the Vesha. No worries, Councillor Natar. We have chosen our best survivalist to handle the situation. Whilst unorthodox and a tad eccentric, he is without a doubt unmatched in his skill. While I do not doubt your claim, Ambassador Graves, looking at his profile I must profess my confusion of some things. For the sake of brevity, why have you chosen this entertainer? My species lacks a translation for his profession. Why not choose a military asset of yours? As I understand it, most of your Marines have received survival training, with some acting as specialists for instruction and practice. I see. This is perhaps a lapse in our cultural exchange. Allow me to initiate the mending of that mistake on my part. He is what we call a survivalist, something he does for fun and now the entertainment of others. He originally started on Terra with his parents being nature enthusiasts on several fronts. He grew up with a love of nature and a foundation on survival. His father hunted in eco-friendly ways and his mother was a biochemical expert. He came to learn the trade from them and upon reaching 16, he slipped onto a frontier ship. His parents were distraught at first, but eventually came to terms with his need to explore. Whilst most specialists focused on one domain of xenobiology as his parents were, he spent his youth on Earth, and the next 7 years on Kappa 3, or now known as Aklis Bog, a hostile crucible world akin to Earth's original state. Many original settlers go so far as to claim without his help the existence of Swamp's half-colony would have failed, for when they discovered him he had already abandoned ship and begun to settle into the surroundings on his lonesome. His claim to fame was the backlog of survival logs, and reports that usually would have been monotonous if not dreadful to watch, but were filled with life and joy. When the communications array was established 2 weeks in, the first message out was a recording of his laughter as he attempted to wrestle a bog wraith with his bare hands for study. The joy and positivity he emanated was contagious, and soon he built a following online. For a good while he was unaware of his fame until a trader landed in the colony's rudimentary spaceport and told them. From what we can tell, the only reason he ever agreed to take up his current career role was to spread the love for nature and make use of the funds to help where he can. The only portion he takes is to pay for transport from one crucible world to another. His survival capabilities go further as he then later on tackled hell worlds of the more stable variety. His content attracted much attention, including our very own government when he released a video showcasing one of our secure survival training camps, the location and map data present for the net to see. As such, we attempted to track him down and failed miserably. Countless credits were spent in a feeble attempt to detain him for questioning. The only reason for his capture was his boredom with the chase and the news of this event, where he willingly surrendered himself and volunteered himself for it. So by all means, I do understand the confusion. By no means do we intend to take this as a joke. He is our foremost expert on survival, in vastly different environments and conditions. The only concern you should have is whether or not he will leave once the competition is over. Excuse me, did you say he travelled to Hellworlds for entertainment? Never mind, it appears his shuttle has arrived. If you would excuse me, I should go greet him. Thank you for the insight, and I will follow you up on the gaps of our cultural exchange. Of course. Oh, before you go, Councillor, should I have my assistant prepare a data package of his previous, adventures, let's call them? From the sounds of it, the Vesha might enjoy such content. That sounds excellent. Hopefully they will accept it, and this may facilitate some goodwill. Thank you, Ambassador Graves. May the stars shine upon your spirit. Likewise, Councillor Natar. End of recording. The last correspondence of Councillor Natar and Ambassador Graves before the traditional diplomatic trial of the Vesha, between said party and the Soul Alliance. a historical event which has since been recognised as the start of several events that would unite the Vesh and humanity as allies for centuries to come.